Hello everyone and welcome to video 3 of 3 of our VSG mini series. And today we're going to be talking about hair loss and nutrition supplements. So what are we looking for when it comes to nutrition supplements after surgery? So to get into our first part of today, the hair loss component, really that's a big concern for a lot of women and men after vertical sleeve gastrectomy, VSG, gastric sleeve, gastric bypass as well, or maybe you are a woman who's lost weight rapidly through other methods like calorie restriction, keto. Any of these can really cause some hair loss. And as I said, it's a result really of rapid weight loss, not necessarily weight loss surgery itself. So there are a couple of things to look out for when it comes time to getting that regrowth. So a lot of people will see maximum hair loss like in that first 6 months. So especially after weight loss surgery, that first 6 months, there's some really rapid weight loss. And after that 6-month period, things tend to swing the other way. However, some people do notice a difference in quality, meaning that maybe their hair was really thick beforehand, they had really nice nails. Now we're after surgery, lost a bunch of weight, and things just maybe aren't as good as they were before, thinning hair, more brittle nails. So we'll talk about a couple things that impact that. And the first is nutrition. So first and foremost, nutrition is really going to make a really big impact on hair, skin, nail health. In terms of skin and hair in particular, really looking to get some of those healthy fats in, as well as some good quality protein sources too. If you were here for the first video that we did in this series that talked a little bit more about macronutrients, I did introduce my grocery list. So if you don't have this already, I will put a link in download where you can go, and that will just help give you a little bit more guidance in terms of which healthy fats to look out for and include in your diet, and then also what are some good quality protein sources. So those two things are really going to make a large impact on your skin health and hair health. And when it comes down to nails, calcium is going to be a really big component to that. So if you're not getting a lot of calcium from your diet, following weight loss surgery, that tends to be one of the supplements that clinics or your surgeon might recommend. So when we're looking at different types of calcium, there's different forms, and calcium citrate is going to be one that absorbs better. So if you imagine after weight loss surgery, your anatomy has changed a little bit. You've got a smaller stomach size, which means that your stomach acids are going to be decreased. And the reason why calcium citrate absorbs better is because it doesn't need that acid quite as much when you're looking at absorption. So for example, I have something here that I picked up. So calcium citrate, unfortunately, when you're looking at nutrition supplements, what you're going to see on the market is calcium carbonate a lot of time, or some sort of blends. But again, if you have something in your cupboard, use it up. You can always look to get calcium citrate the next time around, but you'll end up paying a little bit more upfront, but chances are your absorption is going to be a lot better. So to recap, when it comes to skin health and hair health, what you eat is really going to make a difference. And you can download my grocery list, which is in the description. And that also includes a little bit of a recap on macronutrients as well. So if you missed our conversation on Monday. And then calcium is going to be another component when it comes to nail health. Outside of those things, some women will start a hair, skin, and nails supplement. So the primary component for those is going to be biotin or B7. So one of the B vitamins, and a lot of times it looks like a general multivitamin just with extra biotin. So you can always take a look at all the things that you're already taking and see if some of the things that maybe I already mentioned could use a little improvement before you wrap in another supplement to take. Because I know when it comes to after surgery, it's a lot to manage. You've got a multivitamin, B12, calcium, vitamin D, maybe some of you have iron, on top of other medications and supplements that you might be taking. So keep in mind, this is just some of what I am recommending based on my clinical experience and also some research that I have done in the past as well. So We talked a little bit about hair loss with weight loss. Next, we'll get into talking about different forms of supplements and then also taking a peek at what to look for when you are shopping for supplements. So for those of you that are in the Life program, I did just download and create a what to look for after surgery. So it details everything that you need for after surgery, including the dosages, and I do include some shopping tips as well as a sample schedule as far as when to take things. So if that's something you're looking for, or maybe you're feeling like videos like this, you want more of them, come and join me in my 5-week Life program where I basically detail everything out for you so you don't have to think about it. Along with that, everything is managed in a convenient mobile app. You have other ladies who are on this post-surgery journey just like you, and you can connect and have me as a reference as well. So I will put a link in the description so that way you have a little bit more info as well. And I'm always happy to take your questions in the comments too. So moving on, we will talk about what to look for in different forms. So right out of surgery, when you're looking at, VSG, sleeve gastrectomy, gastric bypass, a lot of times for those first few months initially, chewables are always recommended. And a side note on chewables is there's a few different forms. So if you think of things like your Flintstones multivitamin, or something that has more of that chalky consistency versus gummies. So think of like a fruit snack, for example. The chalky varieties are going to be preferred. And the reason why is a lot of those, when they have that chalky consistency, are going to have more of your minerals in them, whereas those gummies tend not to taste as good when you're getting things like calcium, iron, and some of those minerals. With that, some of the gummy versions as well tend to have more sugar alcohols, and just not maybe quite as clean as ingredients as when you're looking at the chalky varieties. So looking at the few months right after surgery, a chewable is always recommended. Depending on your surgeon or your clinic, they may recommend that long term. However, in my opinion, every person is different. Some people don't like to take a ton of different things, so it can be more convenient to switch back to a tablet or a capsule. But I would say if that is what you choose to do, wait until about that 3 months or more out from surgery. And then by that time, your stomach has adapted enough where it can handle a tablet versus the chewables. Another note on forms of vitamins is liquids. So when we look at post-surgery, again, some of those liquids aren't going to have some of those minerals as well. So one thing that you'll want to look for when you're in the grocery store is not only a multivitamin, but a multivitamin, multi-mineral. So what I mean by that is you will see something here, for example, that has your vitamins and your minerals in them. So that is going to make sure you're getting a complete profile of what you need, and more isn't necessarily better. So when you're looking at the percentages on the back of the label, when you see 600% versus 100%, that's not necessarily better, because some of our vitamins and minerals do compete for absorption with each other. So if we're getting a lot of one, it might mean that we're missing out on another. All right, so moving on for what else to look for. One thing, unfortunately, is that a lot of vitamin and mineral supplements are not regulated. So the FDA does not monitor what is in a lot of vitamin and mineral or nutrition supplement products. And to know whether or not it's something that is monitored, you can actually look at the back label here. And if you see supplement facts, that is a good indication that it's not regulated. When you look at a food label, on the other hand, you will see nutrition facts. So when you see this when you see this supplement facts, that means that you don't necessarily know that what you're getting in that capsule is what's on the label. However, there are some third parties that will go ahead and do third-party testing to make sure what's in the caplet or the soft gel is actually on the label. And one of them happens to be USP. So if you look at this label here, you will see USP verified. And what USP is, again, they're a third-party vendor. They're not affiliated with like Kirkland, for example. I just have my Costco multivitamin here. But essentially what they do is just verify that what is in your supplement is actually what's on the label. So if you want some sort of insurance or reassurance that what you're getting in your supplement, look for those third-party certifications. Another one that you might see is NSF. So that one looks more like a blue circle. The USP is going to be the most popular. And then when you get into things like more nutrition, like protein powders or workout supplements, sometimes you'll see an informed choice. And that tends to go towards more of the sports variety for supplements. So when it comes to nutrition labels, look for that third-party verification. Again, if you have something that's in your cupboard now, use it up, and you can always look for that next time. So that wraps up today's conversation on hair loss with weight loss, nutrition supplements. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe so that way you can get updated when I launch more videos like this.